one thing I go back to, and I'll tell you a quick story. When I was in 8th grade, I wanted to play baseball real bad. And I played all through junior high and little league and all that. And I was a second baseman. I was really, really small, but I just wasn't a great infielder. I wasn't very fast. I didn't hit very good. And I went to my dad and I was like, "Hey man, I really want to play high school ball, but I don't think I'm going to make the team." And he was like, "They'll always take a catcher that's good. They'll always take a catcher." I was like, "Okay, well, I want to be a catcher." My dad was a catcher. My granddad was a catcher. But nobody had ever put me back there because, one, I was a little scared of the ball, and two, I was really small. So my dad says to me, "I can teach you how to be a catcher." And I'm like, "Okay, teach me." So he goes in the garage and he gets this old freaking catching gear I'm talking about. It's still one of those face masks that you pull over a hard hat helmet, right? Like nothing like what we used at the school. And he puts me in that catching gear and he's like, "All right, when I throw it in the dirt, throw your body in front of it." And I was like, "Oh, no, hell no, I ain't doing that." "What do you mean, let the ball hit me? You're crazy. I'm not letting the ball hit me." And I was terrified of the ball. When I was hitting, I was scared of the ball. When I was in the infield, I was scared of it popping up and hitting me in the mouth. I mean, it was just constant. And so my dad took me and tied my hands behind my back in that catching gear and pecked me with that baseball till I freaking liked it. You hear me? He'd hit me in the face mask. He'd hit me in the chest protector. He'd throw it in the dirt. He'd bounce it off my knee pads. And thinking back on it now, as many balls as I blocked after I got good at it, it doesn't really hurt if it hits the pads. But it was frightening to me. And he continued until I was not scared of that ball anymore. And he not only continued till I wasn't scared of the ball, he continued until I was an absolute savage. Like I wanted the pitcher to throw it in the dirt so I could block it. I wanted a guy to be on third base. Let him be on third base. If he thinks he's going to come get this plate because of a dirt ball, he's lost his freaking mind. And I just became an absolute animal with blocking baseballs. And to this day, every hard situation I have, I think back to blocking balls. And that's what it's like. It's like knocking down that baseball. And it might sting a little bit, And in the moment, when you're young and you don't understand what's being coached into you, it's very uncomfortable. But the lesson I learned from that small experience in all the baseball games I got to start, because I was a absolute dog at getting in front of a dirt ball, was worth it.